Hello and welcome back, Business Math. We're going to be looking at Chapter 13, Section 3, Sinking Funds. And just to kind of explain to you what a sinking fund is, this shouldn't be too long of a video. A sinking fund is just is a financial arrangement where you set aside certain payments, or regular payments, of a specific set of money or amount of money, in order to have a predetermined future date sum. So, for example, you could say, I need $2 million to retire in 30 years, earning a specific interest rate. How much would I have to set aside every year for 30 years in order to have $2 million? That's basically a sinking fund. Or if you say to your significant other, hey, let's go on vacation in 3 years, and you figure out we're going to go to Tahiti, and we're going to stay at this place, and we need, this much, we need $12,000 to go spend, 2.5 weeks at this resort there. How much should I put away every month, earning a particular amount of interest? How much money should I put aside? And the point of doing this, especially with earning interest, is you're not really putting away $10,000, or let's say $10,000 for your trip. You're not really saving $10,000. You're saving less money, but it turns into $10,000. All right, because the interest is helping you earn money. Corporations also do this by issuing bonds. So they'll issue a bond, let's say, for $100,000, and then they will make periodic interest payments on that. And then they will also set up a sinking fund account where they will pay off the $100,000 when those bonds are due, or that bond is due. And they basically pay off that $100,000 plus interest with less money. Right, so they borrow the money, they spread it out over time, and then they pay it back using fewer dollars. What do you mean using fewer dollars? Well, they let interest earn money for them, so they're putting in a certain amount of money, but the interest is helping them earn the extra bit of money to pay off that money that they need. So, for example, if you were going to, save $2 million by the time you retire, you're not really putting in $2 million. You're putting in, $130,000 or whatever, or $500,000, and it turns into 200 or 2 million due to the interest. Let's work some problems just to kind of see how this works. So, your book talks about corporate bonds, so I won't use that. We'll use, let's say you want to retire. Whoops. Let's say you want to retire. I don't know what's going on with my screen there. There we go. You want to retire. You want to retire in 30 years, right? So this is the period. Your end goal is to have $2 million. Right? That's the goal. You can earn, let's say, and you know that you can earn 4% interest. Okay? And actually, we're going to do this. We're going to say 40 years. 40 years. Okay? So, what is our equation going to look like? Well, our equation is going to be your sinking fund payment is going to equal, right, your future value, what you want, times the sinking fund table factor. Okay, well, where do we get that? Well, if you look at table 13.3, it'll tell you. So we're looking at 4%, and we know that 4% is going to be for 40 years. Our factor is going to be that. So we know we want 2 million times 0.0105 is going to give us, and I believe the math is $21,000 a year. I don't know about you, but I don't have $21,000 to put away for that. All right. So if you look at the math, if you took $21,000 and you multiplied it by 40, in essence, just if you save $21,000 by putting it in your freezer, you would have $840,000. This is with no interest. This is if you just took $21,000 and times it by, you saved it every year, stuck it in a shoebox under your bed. You'd only have $840,000. That extra bit of interest, that 4%, is what gives you the ability to save $2 million, right? You didn't really save $2 million of your dollars. You saved $840,000 of your dollars, which in turn turned into. And this is why you want to earn a higher interest rate. Because if the interest rate were 8%, right? If it were 8%, you'd only have to save $6,000 a year. So $6,000, right, is in total, minus the interest, is $240,000. So at 8% interest, you can turn $240,000 with the interest over that time period into $2 million. What about 10? Well, as you notice, right, you notice this is going to be lower and lower and lower. This ends up being $4,600. $4,600 times 40 gives you $184,000. Right? So you can see how a sinking fund is a nice way for you to, if you can earn a lot of interest, 10%, good luck, 8%, good luck. Although the last few years, some people have done that, right? Some people have had investments go up 30% per year, but you're going to have to average that out over 40 years. You may earn 30% one year, and right now it's 2020. You may have just lost everything. So it really doesn't matter. These percentages are just arbitrary. We're just making them up just to show you how interest works, how sinking funds work, how present value of annuities work, and how future values work. If you have any questions, again, email me, let me know, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. Until then,